nice.
Tell me we sit down.
Yes. All right, we're recording. It's December.
Welcome to Friends Drinking Beer. I'm Keith.
And I'm Lisa.
And we have a very, very special guest because this is a very, very special episode. I'll let Lisa tell the story of how she acquired all of these vintage Alesong. Because y'all know I do not have the discipline to age beer. If it's good, it's ready. I drink it right now. But we figured if we're gonna have a special Alesong episode with all the vintage 20, I think she picked for her 2020
is the oldest, yeah.
Well, we'll see if Matt's available. And thank you, Matt, for being available.
Happy to be here. Can't wait.
Please state your name and your business.
Yes. Spell it for the audience.
BANWYK. Yeah, excited to be here. Thanks for having me, and it's fun to dip into some stuff,
old stuff
in logoed glasses too. Good job.
Oh well, and then I have my little water cleaning stage. Glasses.
Very good.
Instead of having all the glasses, normally rinse.
I have so much barware because I'm kind of in love with barware recently. So anyway, all right. The first one we're drinking, please, is Old Senior Rhino. So you've heard. Sadly, people who have watched this for a long time are going to be a little tired of Alesong, but we never are. All right, so this is Senior Rhino. It's Imperial Stout aged in bourbon and tequila barrels with cinnamon, cocoa, vanilla, and ancho chili. It is one of my absolute favorite Alesong beers that Alesong has ever produced. This is from 2020 and 11%. And so twice since 2020, Senior Rhino's come back out again.
So we just did it this November. Released the this year's version, and probably this beer probably goes on about a 2-year rotation. Although this is 2020, so maybe we might have done a 3-year. It might have been 2022 and then 2025. Yeah.
Oh my God!
I try to keep this in my beer fridge, but it doesn't last.
No, it doesn't because it's so good.
Yeah, cheers.
So good. It's very smooth.
Yeah, it smells really chocolatey. Yeah, this is so old we have the wax on the bottle. We don't do that anymore.
That shows how dated it is.
Yeah, that was
funny.
Special, but
it only gets better.
Oh, wow. So
do you right off the bat notice here's what we were doing this versus this last iteration?
It's chocolatey in the aroma, like it's typical of the base beer Rhino suit. And then, we add those cocoa nibs, bumps that up. But there's a little more peppery note to it than the current version that just came out. I don't remember drinking 2022s or whatever, but this has got a little bit of heat on the back of the throat,
which I love.
Yeah.
But when we did the Member Monday, I try not to bogart either Matt or Brian, but I always want to talk. I'm like, okay, make sure nobody customers. I'm like, okay, I didn't come to the tasters, but I go, how is this Rhino suit different? And that's one of the first things that Matt said is a little less chilly. And I try not to get that look of disappointment. I'm like, why are you messing with perfection?
And imagine that Keith likes to talk. Is everyone surprised?
Yeah. And every once in a while I have to slap tape over his mouth.
I'm the strong silent type, and you know that.
Oh my gosh. See, and this is how many minutes in? And then at some point he's gonna say something derogatory to himself, and I'm gonna have to. Yes, you always do. I'm here in the room.
As long as you don't say anything derogatory towards Matt, we'll be fine.
There we go. Simple rule.
Yeah.
Okay, so some of you might remember Rick, and was that earlier this year? Rick brought your last Hellshire that you brewed at Oakshire.
Yeah.
And we opened it.
Old.
Yeah,
it was
a long time ago.
It was like
you talk about, we're just like, it's been a while since man, Oakshire, are we even a decade. This is gonna be any good? And he's
we'll
9
see. Years old.
And so we're on here going, this anything could happen here. It could be really, really good, or we're like, probably should not drink another sip of that. And it was really good.
Did you like it?
It was I don't want to say it was flat, but it almost tasted smoother, almost like a what do you call it? Nitro.
Yeah.
But the flavor was great.
Yeah, the flavor was
fantastic.
the percentage wasn't high to begin with,
Right.
Because a decade ago,
Right.
we weren't brewing. Nobody was
did
brewing
the
11, 12,
11, 12,
13%.
yeah.
So to age it for that long, at probably only 8.5%. You're expecting that really warm, kind of heavy mouthfeel. It didn't have that just because it didn't have the percentage going in. But that being said, we drank the whole bottle. We're like, that was good.
It was really good. We were worried. We were concerned.
Yeah.
But,
was it Hellshire 5 or Hellshire 6? Do you recall?
It might have been 6.
Well, she actually has. There's actually a spreadsheet.
Oh yeah, I do. Have
every beer that we've tasted, so I don't remember.
Right. Well, I can't remember back that far, but I feel like Hellshire 5 might have been the last one I was working for the company when it was released, and Hellshire 6 was one I made that was in barrels, and then I was gone and it was released by Dan. Or it could be Hellshire 7 that happened to. I just can't remember, so I wondered if you remembered what number it was.
No.
Now we got to look it up.
We'll ask Rick. Rick will know.
Yeah,
no, that man is an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Nerd alert.
He's insane. Hi, Rick. You're our encyclopedia. Oh, so the last episode that we did ciders for the first time, because Brent sadly can't drink beer. So we had him on and he drinks ciders.
Oh, nice.
And then we had somebody ask us in the comments about adding fruit and once again, all the words of all the yeasts and stuff that I never pronounced correctly. So to that person who wrote that comment, I haven't asked anybody who knows anything, but we're hoping to have Travis on. And I don't think you've met Travis. Travis is a disc golfer friend of ours, but he was a college beer brewer for a grad school. Yeah, he and his two roommates.
The cider, right?
Yeah, he did the cider. He aged. He did the cider for us.
11.0.
Don't let us forget. We're calling it kitchen sink because it's just all the apples and pears from our orchard.
Right.
We threw it in. We're never going to be able to replicate it, but we're going to try to do it every year. I'll send you home with a few bottles of it. It's nice. It's like.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever tasted a cider like this before.
No, I was impressed.
Combination of apple and pear, but oh my gosh, I love it. It's very refreshing. It's all of a sudden it's all gone.
Actually, what impressed me was that pear is like a subtle flavor. It's almost like vanilla in a beer. It usually gets overpowered by something. But I could taste the pear, and you guys did pear and apples, right?
Yeah.
Right. I could taste the pear. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah, our pears. They're as big as my hand. Some of them when they come off, and these trees are so old.
Yeah.
So they and we finally fertilized them.
So
the trees were like, let's make them super flavorful. I mean, we were, oh my gosh, all that fruit we ate this summer was so tasty.
And you might as well ferment it if you
may as well. There's ways to keep it. And,
that's right.
Yeah, I didn't dehydrate any of it this year. I just never. Too many other things going on, but
we hope sometime in the future, if we get enough hands and people who come to get enough blueberries from all Lisa and Brent's blueberries, and give them to Alesong and say all right, do your thing.
Oh yeah, we can
do your thing with blueberries, fresh blueberries.
There might be some more in the bottle, so just just FYI, there's. But the blueberries this year were great. They're always great.
You've got a lot of blueberries.
I know. Well, what's so funny is that when you see it from the highway, we intentionally have not reconditioned those front rows. And our friend Merlin, who was helping me for a couple of years, he said, well, we should go down to the highway and finish those rows because they're good rows. Like we started in where the best blueberries are in the field, but we've been working our way up. And I said, well, what I really want to do, and it's probably going to take me 2 or 3 more years, is once I get the whole west side of the field done, and we only have 4 more rows, on the north side, is I want it to be like a reveal where the last row comes down and all of a sudden you see this beautiful blueberry field that's all been reconditioned and looks beautiful. So so the last row I'll do is the highway row. So you can then see how nice it is.
Yeah. Very good.
But the Holly farm, right down the road, across the street, all those, well, most of the blueberries, because they lease the field in 2 separate lots, and I don't know why, but that's just the way. So the blueberries on the east side are still there, but the west side, they tore them all out this year. Yeah, and they planted pumpkins and something else. I couldn't, it was, yeah, you're driving on the highway.
Yeah.
What did they plant? Let me not drive off the side of the highway to
Yeah.
find out what they planted. So, but that field hadn't been, you don't work it for a year and all of a sudden berry everywhere and fill of crap everywhere. So Matt, tell us, why beer?
Yeah, enough about blueberries.
Why? How did we get to this elixir of the gods and goddesses?
Why are we drinking beer tonight, or why am I making this beer that we're drinking?
Why did we get to this beer?
All the above.
Yeah, right. Both, everything.
Well, you guys have probably talked about Alesong enough in previous episodes, so everyone probably knows.
We've talked about our love of Alesong.
We love it. So we sound like fans.
Right.
Because we are.
We are. You're some of my best fans. Yeah. No, Alesong, well, first of all, owes it to a lot of our best fans, our club members who come out all the time to drink the beer and who promise to buy beer from us. Like, that is huge. And that's kind of what we set this company up on, a very direct to consumer model where we want to sell it to the people at the bar. Certainly sell around Oregon. We actually sell around the world, but we wanted to sell this thing where we could make relationships with people because
hi, Brendan, Ginny in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
Sells in Hawaii.
They're some of the OGs right there.
Oh, it's so fun.
But I have been making beer since 2021, so like I'm an old guy in beer. Celebrating almost 25 years being paid for making beer, which is a good accomplishment.
Nice.
Have worked at Oakshire with Brian, and I ended up having to have him do all the a lot of the barrel work that we were doing there because I helped Oakshire. I really started the barrel program with Oakshire, and at Hellshire that you mentioned was kind of my doing. I brought that from the Midwest where I was brewing in the Chicago area. But we were growing Oakshire from 1,000 barrels when I arrived to 10,000 barrels when I left for Alesong. And there's just no time for the fun little projects that take a lot of space, time, money, all that stuff. And so we were pumping up cans. Yeah. The fun stuff, there was no time for it because we had to can the watershed and forklifts were in the way and canning line was running and things like that. So fortunately, Brian, Coombs, my business partner, who started out as an intern from the University of Oregon, and then caught the craft beer bug and said, I think I want to do this for a career. And so he did, and worked at Oakshire, started our quality program, worked in the cellar. He was working second shift with Dan Russo, who became the brewmaster a couple of people after me at Oakshire. And I would just tell him, okay, when the canning line's done, the forklift stop, you guys go ahead and rack these into barrels or take these from barrels into the tanks, get them carbonated up, we'll package tomorrow. And he did a lot of that work. And so he fell in love with the art of barrel aging and came to me one day and said, we should just leave here and open a brewery that's all barrel aged. And I said, you're an idiot.
You're an idiot. That's never going to work.
Oh,
that's never going to fly.
And I swear it's the only time I've ever called Brian an idiot. I swear. Anyway, long story short, fast forward a little bit. I ended up right place, right time, right partners. His brother, Doug, had some skills that we needed to make the business work. And so I said yes. And 2015, I left Oakshire. 2016, we sold our first beer about June 1st of 2016. And we're going to celebrate 10 years next summer.
Oh my
10
God.
years.
We moved up here in 2017.
17, okay.
But didn't make it out to Alesong until, because we moved in October.
Okay.
We bought this house and we moved in here in October of 2017. So 2018. Okay. So not too bad that I probably joined in 2018 and didn't keep any of those beers, but that's fine.
Yeah.
And all good. I kept 2020 beers.
The beers from pre-2020 weren't as good anyway. I'll just be first to tell you.
No loss.
They've gotten better. They've gotten better through the years.
Oh, you guys have really
we figured some things out.
Yes, and allowed your experiments to yeah,
We've also got a base of years of talking to our best customers of what do you like, what do you don't like, what sells fast, what doesn't, so we can continue to shape the beers that come out based on your preferences, which is probably a smart business move.
It is.
So
I'm asking me. I got 3. Just keep making these 3.
I know. Yeah, that's okay. But that being said, so I buy fabric because I make quilts, and the only way to make a quilt is to
Have a lot of fabric.
have a lot of fabric. And you didn't even see my sewing. Oh my gosh. It's a little scary. So one of my favorite designers, her name is Tula Pink. Well, she just celebrated her 50th collection. So this is, a set of fabrics that she designed that went through the whole process. So she's now been doing it 50 times.
Wow.
Well, some of those older ones, she learned a lot along the way. So what she's been doing, she hasn't done it this year. Maybe she only did it once. But anyway, she took some of those older designs and those older, fabric collections and redistributed them. But what she did to honor the people that had collected all of that was she changed the colors. She released, so she made sure that she didn't make that fabric that you collected 10 years ago and that you're now selling for $100 for 20 inches on eBay valueless, right? So she reissued them, but she made them different enough so that they're now two. And that's what I think sometimes what's happening here, like with the Rhino suit, right? You did it, you're reissuing it, you've tweaked it, you made it a little different, maybe made it better.
Yeah.
And to keep doing that, to go back and to say, you know what, we could redo this and we can make it just a little bit better. And she's very honest. She's like, this fabric, gross, raw, whatever. Now I've learned, and let's do it better this time. So yeah, so I like that mentality of honor the old stuff.
Yeah.
Don't denigrate it in terms of devaluing it, but then go ahead and just
And the beauty of our beer is it doesn't have to be identical every time. And
correct.
we always want to get better, and that's a pursuit that we have. But at the same time, even if it's really, really good, it will change a little bit because of the barrels, because of how long it ages, all the things.
Make the same exact thing, it's not going to be the same.
And that's okay, because the type of beer we're drinking here doesn't lend itself to be consistent.
Empty.
Which is why I refer to Matt as the mad scientist. Okay, Brian may be the genius. I'm not going to call him a dumbass. Was it dumbass you call him? Or an idiot?
Idiot.
Sorry, I don't know, Brian. I don't know where I came up with dumbass.
Idiot.
But idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, because you watched the 70s show.
Right.
He called everybody a dumbass.
But we get a little
open,
bit of,
honey. Talking and open at the same time.
You think I can do 2 things at the same time?
I'm hoping, honey. I'm hoping. I've trained you well.
So we get the different variations of their creativity of what they're doing, but then we get their surprises. Like it was a couple of years ago you did Market Paloma, and which was tequila barrel, and we're like, oh, okay, but is that gonna be as good as what's our favorite one?
Goes
Anejo. Yeah, Goes Anejo. Like, it'll be different. We're like, okay, this is good. When's your next Goes Anejo? All right, we shouldn't be like that, but we get like that. And when I say we, I mean me.
For himself.
I mean me when I say that.
Because
like,
he's not lying when he says he only likes 3 ale songs.
Oh my God, yeah. But then out of the blue, well, I get impatient. I'm waiting for the next Rhino suit. I'm waiting for the next Goes Anejo. My brother's just as bad with the Goes Anejo. He loves it, by the way. But then you came up with Mezcla. And Mezcla was this, and people's like, oh, okay, so it's another tequila barrel. I'm like, you have to understand, you have to taste it, you have to understand. I go, there's people who love tequila who don't love mezcal. But I go, I love that beer. I love it. And then I love mezcla. I will always have a special place in my heart and my fridge for Goes Anejo. But mezcla, I'm like, nothing like it ever.
Yeah. All 3 of those tequila beers were very different, in their acidity level.
Oh my gosh, you drive me crazy.
I know.
Okay. All right.
Lisa is now in charge of pouring.
I know.
Which
I get
is
two.
what
I try to give him
We tried to
the
delegate.
responsibility a little bit. And he said he couldn't do two things at once. He was right, and I was wrong.
So I just delivered 4 cases of mezcla to the tasting room today for the dinner on Friday night.
Oh,
So
nice.
It's going to be with one of the courses. So yeah. So you're going to get, and they're pretty much going to be out of it after the dinner.
Holiday pairing dinner. Good Lord.
I know.
So this one was, is this coconut?
Coconut.
This is coconut. All right. Talk about an experiment.
Still 2020.
Is there any cocoa nibs in this or just?
Okay, let's see what we said. Rich chocolate imperial milk stout and freshly emptied Heaven Hill bourbon barrels. Flavor of vanilla and caramel to the sweet bourbon-like notes. We then added mountains of toasted coconut, elevating an already decadent beer to blissful new heights of dessert ecstasy. So it doesn't say anything about cocoa.
Oh, but it does right here.
With coconut and cocoa.
If you look right here, it says special ingredients: toasted coconut and Peruvian cocoa nibs.
Look at you being all smart and shit.
So it didn't just say it in the description, but yeah. So
this is everybody should know, if you've been watching us forever, that the Rhino suit base is amazing, and then they just went ahead and added a bunch of coconut and cocoa nibs to it.
And remember,
I haven't tasted this in years.
Subtle flavors. There's some people that don't think they can taste the coconut; they think they can smell it. What I loved about this is that you can still smell it, but you can taste it too. And I love the coconut flavor.
Yeah, I think it kind of gives like a texture, like a mouthfeel. It's creamy. It does taste like a Mounds bar a little.
This was a small batch.
I think so. Well, it didn't say case numbers.
480. That is not small.
Does it say 480?
480. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that does. I was looking.
And this is 2021.
Okay.
Not 480, but 480. That's a big batch.
That's a big batch. Yeah.
But wow.
So maybe it just didn't last that long.
Yeah, that could have been.
Beer fridge.
People might have really liked it.
Back in end of 2019 and 2020, we were making a ton of beer because we had a new distribution situation that we were working on alongside Ninkasi. This senior Rhino is 1,350 cases.
See?
Ooh, I don't remember making that many.
You guys must have been working 24 hours.
It was awesome.
We don't bottle beers that in that big of batches anymore. That was huge. Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, but we should have. Now they're like 400 is our about our batches that we send to the market, to the trade. Club batches are only about 150 to 180, and tasting room batches are probably 220 to 250. So
I just cheated on you guys for the first time.
Oh,
and I joined for the first time. I've never joined another beer club until.
Whose did you join?
Deschutes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
They just had a dinner last night for all the people, and get this, they're crazy, they're big. It was free to club members. It was pickup party and dinner, and it was because Brian went.
I bought 2.
Brian is not an idiot. He was there.
He was there.
So he was there. He said it was great.
Fun.
It was last night. Yeah.
So put that on your calendar for next year.
Yeah. Because I just.
How often do they have
twice a year? Is their cellar program.
Okay.
And they guarantee you at least, I don't know, 5, 6 beers.
Yeah, they have quite a few.
But Rick, we've had some Deschutes beers on here that are just talk about left field, crazy experimental stuff. Really fun. So, and Dad lived over on Crooked River Ranch for many years, and so Deschutes was, every time I went up and visit Dad, I went to Deschutes. So I figured it's okay.
Yeah. I
have enough to.
It's funny. We're good friends with them. I don't think we're doing it now, but we were kind of on a with some of their brewers a trade program where their club release beers would come to us, our club beers would go to them, and we're doing that with Freem as well, just to try their beers. They try our beers.
Oh, and here's the other people that I love when you guys collaborated with.
That's a nice whittling board there.
Ale Apothecary.
Oh yes,
I love them. So I love when you guys are doing the.
Vin to the Abyss was.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why is this ringing a bell? Vin to the Abyss. If you haven't had it, oh my god, that's another one.
Guess what? Version 2 is coming in February.
Yeah. here.
Guess what? Just today, it went from tank to barrel, so it's sitting in barrel right now.
Oh my gosh,
Sorry.
Andrea, everybody knows, but I'm going to tell Matt. So you guys have to listen again.
It's a surprise.
I don't know what it was about Vin. I liked it, but I don't know.
Something.
And I think because
Was it the
when
same
we were
time that
there
you-
every Monday and we were tasting every Monday, you kind of get reminded, like Karen always says that. She says that's what was so cool about Monday was we would go and we would do, right. Because if you taste a beer for the first time at the release party, well, sometimes it takes a time or two to, like,
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened with Vin. I don't
Yeah.
remember when Vin got released, but I opened a bottle. I found, oh my gosh, I fell in love. It is a
So the weight.
chocolate covered dark grape. It is
Yeah.
so amazing. You saw my beer bathroom. On the bottom shelf are now a dozen bottles of Vin. We found some up in Seattle. We found some in Portland, and Brent's like, "Do you want things?" Yes, buy them all. So, oh my gosh,
Interesting that you found it in Seattle. I'm trying to think if we sent you might have. I'm trying to decide if I sent it to our distributor up there. Probably did, but Deschutes also bought 50 cases from us to sell through their tasting rooms. So I don't know if any made it up there through them, but maybe I.
So if you ever go to Bend, go to Deschutes, but they also have a Deschutes in Portland.
Yeah.
Portland, yes,
That's right.
Which is the place where the best burger I've ever eaten in my life is at the Deschutes tasting room.
Oh wow, that is a heck of an endorsement.
It is. No, and I tell people, I'm like, it's the most basic burger. First of all, it's an elk burger, which is weird, but it's like an elk burger.
Elk is
Applewood smoked bacon, smoked Gouda cheese, and then slices of avocado, and that's it. It was one of these things where
avocado is an interesting choice for all of that, but
but
it kind of cuts through all the.
But I'm sitting there eating with my friends. We're sitting there talking. A couple from Seattle, catching up, and like only two of us had ordered the burger, and somebody's like in the middle of a story like that. So like, and my friend looks over at me, and I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Is this the best fucking burger you ever had, Keith?" I go, "Yes, it is." I go, "It's not just me." I'm like, "This is good, right?" And then he goes, I'm like halfway into this, and I just realized like there's no condiments on it. I go, you know what? You don't need condiments. Right. I go, that perfectly creamy avocado, that's all the little throat grease you need. Right. You got all the other flavors. It is good. So yeah.
Well, speaking of Alesong, we are speaking of Alesong. Oakshire. Speaking of Oakshire, we were at Oakshire Commons. They opened up on Main Street. Their little pizzas.
I haven't had their pizza yet.
Oh my gosh!
Are they good?
Greasy as hell and salty, and just like I wanted to inhale it, and I needed to pace myself because it was really good. Yeah, they've got it down.
Pizza beer,
really nice, and you're like a greasy pizza. All pizzas are greasy, but it was so good. It was so good. Yeah, so I was very.
So now that you talked about your the Vin to the best, I've checked out her. I almost said rack, but I mean her little thing, her little wooden thing, her beer cellar that has levels. I stopped myself.
Lisa's rack and her beer
that has. Have you checked out Lisa's rack? Just for our viewers out there.
She asked me to come in the bathroom and check out.
Come in the bathroom, check out my rack. Okay, I guess privacy is good. But now that you have several bottles of Into the Abyss, tell them the story of the said rack. I'm going to stop calling it rack, but tell them
the shelf.
Your shelf.
I thought we already did.
No, you didn't. You were telling him in the bathroom.
No, but okay. Anyway, yes. I've been obviously collecting Alesong since 2020, and I did have a spreadsheet, but once again, a spreadsheet's on the computer, and you're not paying any attention.
You need to see it, touch it.
4 times a year, Alesong hands me fantastic beers. So hello, all.
Put them away.
So I inherited that rack.
Okay.
Literally, it's a rolling kitchen shelf, whatever you guys want to call it. It's fine. It's all good.
Genetics.
So, oh jeez.
I'm drinking.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
I do love you. Anyway, so I finally decided that I should look at all these beers and update the spreadsheet because I had been pulling some out, blah, blah, blah. Yes. So now I do have an entire shelf. Oh, and it is posted as a short. No, I screwed it up. It is not a short on YouTube. It is an actual video on YouTube. But if you scroll down, it's in there. It's only 2 minutes long, but I did make a video of it. Cody watched the video. He's like, "Did you know you can sell this beer?" Like,
Yes.
thank you, but no, it's not. I will be drinking that beer.
Yeah.
None of these are for sale. But I will move this. Everyone's heard me talk about my Riedland rack.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was during COVID. I don't know who hand wrote me that lovely because you guys had to ship one of my shipments. So I always kept that
is
because
not my handwriting. So.
Yeah. But that little folded piece of paper below it is the receipt for this rack.
Oh, cool.
This was bought in California. It's old. You should see the chain. New Riddling racks in Napa sell for a couple $100.
Yeah.
But the old ones can sell for upwards to $1,000. Yeah.
Vintage rack.
Somebody forgot to add it.
You're just setting it up.
Oh my god. Anyway, somebody forgot to add a zero to the left of the decimal, and I walked away.
Like, I will take that.
Store with this way too cheap, and so I always keep the receipt because, yeah, it's a beautiful. And I know there's a whole argument about storing beer with the blah blah blah. I don't care. It looks pretty. I drink it. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's fine. You know what? Some of them that have sediment, you put them in the fridge for a day. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sediment settles them. It's all good.
I hope I'm invited back for the Ale Apothecary episode.
We've done Ale Apothecary a couple of times. This beer, that's one of my favorite beers.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love that. I don't know how big they are. I don't think they're very big.
They're very small.
Very small. So anytime I see any of them, I snatch it up because, yum. I will. I don't care what it is. I'll try any Ale Apothecary beer because I really, really like what they're experimenting with. And then those are
paused in the middle of your story about the rack.
Then I pulled the boxes out and put them on the shelf.
She said that nonchalantly, and then I put them on the shelf at the end. No, she has them dated, so she literally.
Yeah, you can see. Yeah.
What?
Sometimes it's here in the bathroom, so you can see the rack.
Yes, they're sorted by year and by style. Well, not really style, dark and light. So yeah.
So they're color coded.
And that's how we could pull the 2020s off of the shelf very quickly because all the 2020s were together.
Right. So we're talking a dated rack, but like now it's organized. And it's very good.
Organized. It's really fun. And I don't know if you noticed that I did update the spreadsheet, and it's the spreadsheet sitting on the bottom shelf, and there's colors.
I saw that.
Possible, like what we would want to drink together.
Okay, right.
So if I've got 3 Kentucky Kilts from 3 different
3 different years.
So.
Well, we did
Goza Añejo.
Goza Añejo. So
Goza.
She dug up like 3 different years of Goza Añejo, and well, here's the thing: we should qualify, and Matt will back it up on this. Some beers like this, good age. The other ones like the sour and the Goza. You
don't have as much time.
Yeah, you're not going to have as much time. So she looked at the age and go like, well, I got 3 years Goza. Let's go ahead and taste these. So she got permission. She actually called Alesong. She was like, hey, can I do this? I'm like, oh, sure, we'll pour them for you and everything. And so we literally, I'm sure we took pictures and put it on the Friends Drinking Beer Facebook, but we tasted them, and I can't remember the years.
2022. It was 2020, 2022, and 2024 or 5.
24. I think it was 24
this year.
Yeah.
And
the 2022.
The 2022 just blew everything away.
So good.
Yeah. And so we're like, okay, age it a little bit. Don't we're like, I'll put this Goza.
Well, as Matt told us once upon a time at a release party, people always ask, how long should we age Alesong beers? Don't. We've already aged them for you.
Right. We've already aged them.
So yeah.
Now, can you age them? You can age them.
But
just as soon you drink them.
Yes.
As long as you promise to keep buying them, you can keep
them. Right. You can do whatever you want. In your own personal life.
The number one reason that people cancel their membership to the club is I've just been collecting too many beers. I can't get through them. And maybe that's just the excuse they're using.
What?
But I think if you're a 6-bottle member, come on.
Yeah, that's lame.
You've got 12 weeks.
You've got
What are you doing with your beer? Just admiring it?
Yes, right. People do that, and it's okay to admire it because it lasts. I mean, it can last 4, 5, 6 years, depending on what it is.
I'm just going to need the address of those people.
Yeah, seriously, I will come clear out your cellar.
I have too much beer.
I will drink them. I'm down.
Beer here will let me help.
Yeah,
It's
and
kinda
also
like moving furniture.
it's only 16.9 ounces in a bottle. Even if you're not sharing your beer with anyone, which you should.
But I don't.
You can get through it.
You get it.
Well,
if you apply yourself.
Yeah, you gotta try harder. Try harder.
Yeah, seriously, what the hell?
People who have too much beer.
Quitters.
So my favorite winter beer is Oakshire's Ale Tempered Gnome.
Yeah.
I love that winter ale. It is. I have cases in my kitchen right now because it's only available in the wintertime.
Yeah.
But this Thursday at Oakshire Commons, they are pouring. They have it on tap. They've aged it in some way, so they're pouring a aged version, and then they're pouring a third one, which I can't remember. So,
do you know if the aged one is barrel aged?
Maybe.
Okay,
I don't know.
because
I'm very interested to find out.
A lot of people asked me if I had anything to do with that recipe and that beer, and I didn't really, other than making it. When I started in 2009 at Oakshire, there was only one seasonal that they had made, and that was Very Ill Tempered Gnome. So we continued to make it. Hopefully, we made it even better. But then we decided to make an imperial version called Very Ill Tempered Gnome. And it was a bigger version of the same one. Right. And then we barrel aged it. I think that was called Very Ill Tempered Gnome too. But regardless, we made bigger ones. And then Hellshire 6, 5 was a stout. Hellshire 6 was Imperial Gnome aged in bourbon barrels. So we had fun playing with that. And
Rick, if you have Hellshire 6, I need to drink it.
And what you might be tasting at this event is maybe a bourbon barrel aged version.
Nice. It's
Lisa's going to be on Thursday.
Oh, my Thursday. Oh, it's on the calendar. Brent has to drive me because I'm going to be drinking. I cannot drive.
I'm going to go to town on that ill-tempered gnome.
It is a good.
I'm going to be on campus Thursday. I may just have to pop west a little
detour.
bit.
A little detour.
I'll be there.
Yeah. Okay.
5:00, I think it is. I'll be bellying up to the bar right away. So I met. I was sitting at the bar the other day at Oakshire Commons, and there was a woman sitting at the end of the bar, and she's drinking her beer. I'm drinking my beer. I'm waiting for friends to show up, and all of a sudden, the woman to my right, starts speaking. Well, she's speaking to a woman who's ordering food to go, and they both work at the Holt Center.
Oh.
So they're, oh my gosh, what are you doing here? Well, it turns out that the woman to my right lives right off Main Street. They had just redone this building and they put in apartments above. So she rents one of the apartments above. And the second woman, she and her partner bought a house in that little historical district, which is, she's like, yeah, in the summertime we walk here, and in the winter we ride our bikes. So they're super close to Main Street in Springfield. So I pipe in and say, well, I remember, because I was born and raised in Eugene, when we used to call Springfield the little adopted child, because everybody in Eugene, nobody goes to Springfield. Right. And now Springfield's doing great and it's wonderful, and they're really doing a lot to revamp. Well, the woman, right, she says, I said, Main Street, they're trying so hard, and they're trying to get really good local, one of a kind. They've got that little market in there. Oakshire Commons came in, a bunch of other people. Plaintown has been on for a long time, right? So these apartments, they all rented very quickly. And she said, the best apartments are the ones on the end, because it's a rectangular building. So if you're on either end, you've got windows on 3 sides rather than just 2. And they're 2-story, and they put skylights in and blah, blah, blah. But, she said, but those 2 ends ones are the most desirable ones. Well, the one that's right on Main Street, A young couple is living in that one, and she said, I know all of my neighbors. I don't know this young couple. They don't, you know, we just never see them or whatever. But apparently, a lot of people have, because their deck runs along, whatever street, and then Main Street. They're having sex on their deck during the day.
I like how you said it a little bit quieter.
Right.
Wasn't
That's what they're doing.
They're
doing it.
So
with the curtains open.
no, they're outside.
Oh, they're outside.
On the
Oh,
deck.
that's fun.
So the woman,
Cold
she's
time of
like,
year.
I've
I'm judging.
had to call the management company. Can we please see if we can curtail their
So they're
Can we
famous.
please see this more often?
extra curriculum?
So which corner is it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Just
I
wondering.
know. It's
Just
like,
wondering. So I can
just
avoid
wait
it.
for
So I can
time.
I don't want to drive by there in the daytime.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to park at the bank parking lot across the street and pull out my binoculars.
Planktown has open tables outside.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a little further down. You need to go across the street and a little further. Anyway, it was so funny. She's like, we've had to complain about them so many times. I was like, wow, to be young.
Sometimes she's going to bring this back to beer. I'm not sure how yet.
Nope.
But it's going to circle back.
Complain to the authorities, but the authorities somehow never report it.
Strange. They're always on site.
They're always doing that. We'll keep an eye on them.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, we'll report how it goes. No, it was so funny to be involved in this conversation that went from, oh my God, we
know
together
everybody but that couple.
Yeah,
Everybody
right.
else does.
We know where her tattoos are. That we know. Anyway,
15 minutes of fame right there.
that's right.
All righty.
Matt,
Matt, talk to us about Kentucky Kilt. Oh,
right,
yum,
so
yum,
now we're going to go away from the stouts
Mm-hmm.
and into a different style of beer, which is a Scotch Ale. And Scotch ales aren't something that you find that often. English styles, UK styles, and Belgian styles are a little bit going away in American craft beer. You don't find them that often. You can go to a pub and find a Scotch ale, but Scotch ales are basically malty beers. They're like amber ales. And there's kind of like different strengths. There's Scottish ales, there's Scotch ales. Scotch ale can also be called a wee heavy. You might have heard of it called that before.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's kind of a Scottish thing to say too, a wee heavy. So this is the strongest version of a Scottish ale or Scotch ale. And it probably was maybe around 9% before it went into the bourbon barrel. We make this one about every 2 years also, since maybe 2018. So we probably made it.
It's a heavy club favorite, isn't it?
I've never had a bad version of Kentucky Kilt.
The great thing about this beer is it just becomes such a good drinker because, it's not super high alcohol. No, it is high alcohol, but it's not 13 or 14%.
It's not going to kill you.
Yeah, it doesn't have the sweetness like from the lactose that the milk stouts do. It just goes down super easy. What's the alcohol in this version?
12.9.
Okay, I lied.
It's high.
This one is higher than I thought.
This is higher.
I think the last one we did might have been like 11.2 or something.
Freshly emptied Heaven Hill bourbon. Cases produced 140, so this must have been a club exclusive.
Yeah. And what year are we drinking? 2020?
2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is also February of 2020, so we're pushing 6 years on this one. So 3 more months. 2 more months it will be.
I love it. So what happens to the ABV when beer ages?
It shouldn't probably change for 2 reasons. If it's one of these bourbon barrel aged beers, all the fermentable sugars have been fermented. So if it fermented in the bottle, which we don't put out things that happens, you could have an increase in alcohol. So the ABV doesn't change its level, but I think the only thing it does do is as the beer oxidizes, some of those harsh, hot alcohol flavors get a little rounded, smoother. It just becomes more drinkable because high alcohol beers have that ethanol flavor when you first drink them. Like, that one's hot. You can taste that booziness. And over time, the oxidative flavors kind of round out those harsh flavors. So your perception of alcohol changes, but the actual alcohol level doesn't change.
So when
Smoother
we say smoother, there
as
we
it
go.
ages.
Yeah. Cheers.
Oh my God,
Cheers.
this is lovely.
Oxidation is what really makes some of these big bourbon barrel aged beers taste better. There's just what we call them is positive oxidative flavors. It's a nerdy thing to talk about.
It tastes positive.
Positively oxidative, yeah.
Oh
my God.
Keith is in
Just
heaven.
rounds out the harsh, the rough edges. Really makes it more drinkable.
Oh,
I love it.
this one will kill you because you'll suck it down and not realize that you're just like 13%.
Yeah,
It's like, whoa, that's amazing.
So Kentucky Kilt is our malt flavored Scotch style ale that was matured for nearly a year in Kentucky bourbon barrels. Deep vanilla aromas envelope this dark amber ale, while hints of ripe fruit, oak, and toffee round out this unique and complex barrel aged blend.
So,
Like a song, each beer is our expression. The enjoyment and interpretation is yours.
that's the
That's
definition
our
of ale
tag.
song.
That's our tag.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. I love it. Because you're right.
12.9%.
You can tell us what we're tasting, but that doesn't mean that's what we taste.
That's right. That's right. And our beers aren't for everyone too. You know, there's a lot of people who don't care for them, or maybe you only care for them at a certain time. But
Or
this
you
is
have no class.
Oh yeah, that's probably the case.
No taste. We don't want to know you.
Yeah, right. It's just like anyone who makes art, whether you make
You put ketchup on steak.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
I have to. Hey, honey,
We got to pause.
did you feed our dog? Oh, you're awesome. Thank you. I love you.
Mouse is just being affectionate.
Hi, Mouse. Daddy fed you.
Mouse just
Okay,
be on
sorry. You interrupted Matt, so we have to go back because we have a guest.
Oh my God! Yeah,
I know.
There's
This
never
is
been a Kentucky Kilt
crazy
that I
amazing.
haven't liked. It's good.
Yeah, they're real nice. Just a lighter body. I think that it highlights the bourbon flavors well. You get oak and toffee and caramel and vanilla and maybe even some like coconutty flavors. The base beer doesn't get in the way of the bourbon character.
Oh,
What do
you hear the word noise? That's Mouse's tail banging against the bar.
What do you smell?
Caramel. Right. I see where you say toffee though. That kind of that sugary, warm sugar smell.
Yeah.
No, and the bourbon, you can't smell bourbon anymore. You can't smell that sharpness, but it tastes nice and mellow. Like, yes, you know a good bourbon. Oh, speaking of good, hello, we're showing you my new bar area. I painted it, and then we told you about it, and
Now you can see it.
Now you can
see it.
So, yeah,
Looks like a real Irish pub or English pub or something like that.
Right.
With lots of tequila.
Yeah.
It
looks like an Irish pub in
England.
Oh,
so we're I like celebrating my birthday in foreign countries, so we're celebrating my birthday next year in Belgium.
Oh,
Hence the delirium.
Yeah,
I told you. Yeah,
I'm actually gonna go.
Will you be there?
March 17th.
March 17th. Whoa,
You're welcome.
right.
We'll be at delirium if you're in Belgium in March.
I won't be, but
This is a shameless plug. Matt, tell them about the Belgium.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. If anyone wants to travel, 2027, it's fine. You go in 2026. The trip is in 2027.
Go again.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm going to be the beer host on a Netherlands through the main cities of Belgium on a river cruise back to Amsterdam. We're going to have tastings on board. We're going to have brewery tours. And it is put on or hosted by whatever Amel Waterways, AMA. It's a company I wasn't real familiar with, but they've been great so far. There's a local travel company in Eugene called Travel Perks. They're booking these rooms for Amel Waterways. The backstory of that is they've been doing wine-led tours on the river for a few years. I don't know how many years, but they started with 4 trips in 1 year with a winemaker on board and going through the wineries of Europe. And they've now made it up to like 90 boat trips through Germany, Austria, Italy, all that stuff. It's been very successful. So they said, why don't we do this with beer?
It's beer.
Oh, of course.
Good idea.
And so they have all these different itineraries. This one is called the Best of Belgium, and we felt that it was the most congruent with our brand.
Yeah.
I would have loved to do the Danube or the Rhine and go to Italy or go to the Czech Republic and all the things. And eventually I will host one of those too.
Right.
But for right now, we felt that our Belgian influence, our farmhouse ale influence, I should really host that tour. So it's happening November 20th through the 27th, 2027. It's like
2027.
it's 2 years from now. So you have time to save up.
Plenty of
Save
time.
up,
Ready.
win the lottery.
Yes.
But here's the best thing. I don't have the website or whatever, but it's Eugene Travel Perks. That's the company. It's Amel Waterways, Best of Belgium. We can get you there.
Yeah.
But the best thing is they had a $1,250 per person discount through the end of October. They extended it till the end of November. They just extended it to the end of December. It's a thing. They
I know. Well, the big issue is that you're paying for something 2 years in advance.
That's right.
And that's
It's
wrong.
challenging.
That's
but here's the good
Let,
thing about
let me
that.
reach into the back of my pocket and just
Yeah.
grab that
Just
spare
whip out
50.
Yeah.
Actually, here's the best part of it. You only have to put a deposit down by the end of the year, which is $400 per person, and you don't pay anything till August 1st, 2027. That's when you pay your final bill.
Oh, that
Yeah.
makes a lot more
And
sense.
if
And
you end up not being able to go, you get 200 of the 400 back. So you're gambling $200 that you'll be able to go on this trip.
Okay.
In 2027. We currently have 23.
Jeez, we're going.
We have 23 of the 75 rooms booked. There are 44 people so far associated with the Alesong going on this. I'm so excited.
Nice.
My parents are going. My mother-in-law's going. My brother and sister-in-law are going. I've got 4 friends from college, a couple of their wives going. My kids probably are going. I've got a 22-year-old and a current
tribe.
20.
Be there.
It's gonna be. You're gonna meet.
It's gonna be.
You should go. You should go.
Oh
It's
my
gonna
God.
be a Matt Van
No, I
family
have no
tour.
excuse. You have to put down the deposit by the end of the year because
Okay.
there's
Keith,
several
we're going to talk about this.
several episodes
We're gonna
where
get you guys there.
where people are like, I want you to pick like what type of beer your favorite. I go,
Yeah.
Belgian beer.
Yeah.
And here, Matt.
Well, that's why I'm going to Belgium for my birthday.
And I'll get you guys the club members who've already signed up, so you can be like, "Oh, they're going. You should go."
Yeah, like peer pressure is what eats the
Yeah,
most.
and
Steve and Lisa can't not go. You can't not go.
God.
Like, look, are they?
No, the
are
big
you
issue.
fans of
The
Elsa?
big issue was handing all that money
Totally.
over 2 years.
Totally.
later.
Yeah, it's the money.
That's
Not
what-
planning.
that's
I'm
what was
planning for
not-
2028.
Right.
I live that long, but no, that's
Because-
not a problem with that.
That's what my parents said. They're 75. They said, "We're gonna put our deposit in, but we'll probably be dead by then."
Like,
No, you won't,
No,
because
they-
we're going to party with you.
you're gonna wait
Yeah.
until the trip,
No, you
then
won't.
die.
Hey,
Yeah. So
die after.
get your deposit in, $400. You can
Okay.
get 200 of it back. The most you'll lose is $200 if you
That's
have
okay.
to cancel your trip.
That is worth the
Yeah.
price of admission.
Okay.
Like-
All right. I got 2 more.
Okay.
I feel
Okay.
like you will not
Okay.
lose.
Oh my gosh. And yeah, the biggest issue for me is that my husband can't drink beer.
Right.
So
They have cider in Belgium.
no, and he loves going to Europe. I mean, he goes to Europe with me. He's going to be So
And I have answered that question to some people too, who are like, "Well, my spouse doesn't want to go because they're not as beery as me." All these things. But here's the best part of it is that I think why it's good for everyone is there's a bar on board and they have full cocktails, they have tequila,
Pretty sure they have
Yeah.
tequila.
they have wine, they have red wine, they have white wine. Some of that is complimentary. Well, you paid for it, but you don't pay anymore.
You don't have to pay anymore.
There's
Yeah,
happy
you
hours that
paid for it prior.
You paid for it prior. And then the other thing too is while some of this is beer nerdy and the beers of Belgium and Amsterdam, but there's also like there will be a tour to the chocolate factory in Brussels, and there'll be a tour to the organ museum in Bruges or something. So there's some non-beery stuff that you'll be able to
Chocolate
do.
factory.
You can actually grab a bike on board because you spend most of your days in port and then you sail in the
Evenings,
Yeah.
they're cruising
And-
at night, basically.
And you could just go bike around town.
Anywhere.
I will
Yeah.
bike to chocolate and then bike to some
Yeah.
Belgian beer.
Okay.
High five!
Oh my God, this is
Do
so
that.
cool. Okay.
Good.
So I
am going to Belgium.
Well,
Yes. Transition.
Delirium. Delirium is my favorite foreign beer. I
Good.
just
I'm glad you're
love
going
Delirium
2026.
beyond all measure, and that's why I'm wearing my cute little Delirium hat.
Yeah.
And I have Delirium glasses, and I have a Delirium T-shirt.
How long will you be over there?
We're going to be over there for 10 days. We're going to spend some time in Amsterdam and Belgium as well. And then my nieces live in Europe.
Oh.
So at least one of them, she's still in school. She's going to be a doctor.
Nice.
And I say this because she's going to be both. She's going to be a practicing doctor, but in Europe, in order to be a doctor, you have to also publish, you have to do research. So she's doing both.
Yeah.
So I love her.
Is that the
Hi, Linda, I love you.
Did I meet her?
No, she hasn't been out here in a couple of years.
Well,
I don't think so. I think I might have met, anyway.
Well,
but that being said,
2027, you can meet her when we go over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, and why was I telling you this? Oh, because I just know
you're gonna see her when you go to the trip.
It's a bonus of the trip
over there. Yeah, and so I'm just so happy to. Speaking of bars, we celebrated my 50th birthday, which was a long time ago, in Paris, and we found an Irish bar in Paris. And then my father was born in Wisconsin, so I was always a Green Bay Packers fan. I, worship at the altar of St. Vince Lombardi. And we walk into this bar in Paris on St. Patrick's Day, and who do we meet? A couple from Wisconsin.
I thought you guys got Vince Lombardi.
I know. Well,
that would be an
Vince
incredible
Lombardi. I am far younger than Vince Lombardi, but anyway, yeah. So it was so cute and so fun, and we tied one on in Paris on the night of my birthday.
Which you can. It's your birthday.
Yeah.
Oh my, it was so fun.
And you're not alone because it's St. Patty's Day.
I know, right? And it's, even though it's not as big a deal in Europe as it is in America. They've kind of picked it up, and my birthday is so fun.
Yeah, it's on March 17th. It's got to be a good time.
It's got to be fun. Right. And we did go to Ireland, and I went to the God fucking damn it, I can't remember their name. And Guinness.
Bar?
We went to Guinness.
Oh,
we did the whole tour, and we paid extra so I can learn how to pour my own Guinness beer.
And different over there,
because they brew it separately.
We get the fake Americanized Guinness because, I actually don't like Guinness.
You know what? I have
people you got to go actually over there, and they're like, yeah, we're not selling this in America.
And I'm sure you as a brewer can tell us it's the water. The water is different.
I think that, and also anytime you're in a certain place drinking beer, you might have a negative connotation, but most of the time it's positive. Take, for instance, sitting on our patio at Alesong, the beer just tastes better because you're like, the view's awesome.
Oh, the view's awesome.
I'm with are great. And I think it happens that way too. If you're drinking cask beer in an English pub or Nitro Guinness in Ireland, in Dublin, it just, something about where you are, it just makes it.
Everybody else who's there is there for the same reason. So it heightens the experience.
I think people, it's not this way anymore because of what craft beer has become in our country, but people would come to Oregon or Washington, somewhere in the Pacific Northwest, and have an IPA, which when I started brewing in 2001 to maybe when I moved here, IPAs weren't always a regular thing on tap.
No, they didn't exist basically.
Like Bridgeport was one of the first ones, and that was a 5.5% kind of a pale ale that they called an IPA. Ninkasi grew so much here in Eugene because they were making one of the first aggressive Northwest IPAs. So point is,
overly bitter.
Yeah, it's very bitter. Although they've changed a little bit.
Oh, everybody knows how Keith and I feel about it.
Totally, and it's fine. But people would be like, I was in the PNW drinking an IPA. That was the thing because it felt better. You're like, the hop fields are here, right?
Right.
So I think that makes Guinness taste better.
So I missed a turnoff coming home from Portland because my cousin Francine had to be in Portland for a couple of days.
She ended up in Medford. It was terrible.
No, Medford's fine. But they were doing construction. And so we were coming, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we're driving down parallel to I-5, and there's all these fields, but they have the stakes straight up, and then the ones that are, and they have all the wires. And Fritz is looking at it going, what is this? I said, oh, this is where they grow hop.
Yeah.
There's so many of it. It's really cool to see how hops grow.
And all you got to do is just get a little off I-5, and you're like, we're in the hop fields. Like, they're right there.
It's insane.
And like,
It's crazy. Okay, answer me this.
Okay.
Why do hops combust? Because you hear these stories about they harvest the hops, they put them in a warehouse, and then all of a sudden the warehouse explodes and it's on fire.
My guess is, I don't know for sure, but my guess is that could happen because just like your compost pile gives off heat, when you put the green matter, the vegetative matter together, if it's not cooled properly or
there's too much mass.
Yep, and it could get hot and start a fire.
Gotcha.
I'm
okay,
guessing.
There's nothing special about hops.
No, it's a vegetable.
It's a competitor that wants to ruin you. Light your hops on fire.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Yeah. No, I think that I'm guessing they're just composting, creating heat.
They're not airing it out, or they're not letting the air flow properly. Okay, because why are hops catching fire? This is insane.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Somebody's burning them. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Please tell me who it is because I will go. I will do terrible things to them because don't mess with my hops. I would like my beer, please. Yeah. So don't make the hop market. Don't shrink the hop market.
Well, you like the Kentucky Kilt. That went down very smoothly.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's his favorite. It's his favorite.
You did.
Although I realized that the one in the giraffe is a double barrel maestro. Do I have to give that to your brother?
He would love that.
He loves double barrel maestro.
That'd be a Christmas miracle if you gave that to my.
He told us
if he shows up on
whatever for that beer.
See now he's coming to the source going like, what do I need to do to make this happen for your next?
He said to Brian, he said, I will pay whatever it takes to get that out of your cooler. I don't know what Brian charges it, but
like you need to find price is no barrier.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, my sister wants to do one at some point. Yes, we will come to you and say, please do this, and we will pay you all the money to do it. So,
you can actually have a beer, like if you buy enough of it, you can brew whatever you want. You can help us do it. You can be involved with it. So you guys just think about it. You guys think about what you want.
Karen's been wanting to do.
You might have to buy 25 to 50 cases, but you guys have a lot of beer friends.
Second mortgage. You now have a new rack that you can put extra beer on. We've cleared out some of this.
That's right.
Once again, my favorite black friend.
Have you guys had Prairie Artisan Ales? They're from Oklahoma. They make a lot. No. So Prairie Bomb is a beer they make that's like Senior Rhino with chilies and. So I don't see them a lot around Oregon anymore, but I know you can get them. I know you can get them at Market of Choice, Franklin. But they make a lot of barrel-aged beers. And one thing that they would do is they would let people buy a barrel. And basically they'd have their base stout, like Rhino Suit. Right. Mm-hmm. And you and your friends would get together and say, okay, we want to have it with vanilla beans, coconut, ancho chilies, and
cocoa nibs,
whatever
cherries.
You want to do.
I want cherries.
And you get the whole barrel, and you buy it, and it gets packaged for you, and then you pay for it and take it and split it up amongst your friends or whatever you do. I thought it was a great idea. It would take a lot of work from the brew staff to package that stuff. But you got to say, it's sort of like at Heritage Distilling where you get your barrels. Right. Yeah, and you get to put a little something in it.
No, that's cool.
You get your own barrel at Alesong and you get to put in your own adjuncts. We haven't done that program, nor am I saying we're going to do that program. But it's kind of
you did not hear it here.
Yeah. But wouldn't it be cool if we did?
Yeah. Wouldn't it be cool if you paid $6,000 to get 50 cases of Alesong beer?
To get to Belgium, and then he's like, well, extra $6,000.
Oh, yes. Just get your checkbook out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, move the disappointment over.
I know. It's pretty funny. Yeah, so yeah, it's been, oh my gosh, an hour and 4 minutes.
Nice. Nice
right?
episode.
This is
See?
what I know.
Yeah.
This is all it takes. And Keith and I talk about the most random shit, so it's fun.
So great.
Anyway, but we'll end it now. So I'm Lisa.
I'm Keith.
And I'm Matt.
Yay! Alesong again.
That's right.
Yes. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Happy holidays.
We'll be back in January.
Next year.
Is it December? Yeah, we'll be back in January.
Next year.
Okay.
Friends drinking beer, like, subscribe, share.
Bye.